Hey everyone, get ready to take notes because for today's Bible study, as requested by one of you in the comments, we will dive into the book of Psalms, chapter 23. We will dive into the reasons behind the profound comfort this psalm provides and its esteemed status as a cherished biblical text that vividly portrays God's unwavering care, protection, and guidance for his people. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Psalm 23 uses the image of a shepherd and his sheep to show God's constant care, guidance, and protection for his people. It gives believers a strong sense of security, trust, promising that with God as their shepherd, they will always have what they need. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, is the opening line that establishes the central metaphor of the psalm, portraying God as a caring and attentive shepherd who provides for his people. David, the psalm's traditional author, draws on his own experience as a shepherd to illustrate this image of God's patient and committed care. The phrase, I shall not want, signifies the result of having God as your shepherd, a state of contentment and provision. While it doesn't promise that every desire will be fulfilled, it assures believers that all true needs will be met and inner longings will be satisfied through God, not through worldly possessions. The next phrase, He makes me lie down in green pastures, He leads me beside quiet waters, describes the provision of rest and peace that only comes from God. The imagery of green pastures and still waters invokes arid lands like ancient Israel. This imagery conveyed God's provision of safe, fertile grazing grounds and tranquil, life-sustaining water sources. A shepherd would diligently nurture these conditions for their flock. Rest for the anxious speaks to the peace and tranquility that God offers in a world filled with chaos. It is a promise that God will provide rest for the weary and unsettled soul. He restores my soul and leads me on paths of righteousness for his name's sake. In verse 3, highlights God's spiritual guidance and restoration. The phrase restores my soul signifies God's revitalizing and restoring the soul to a healthy and righteous state, especially after a period of struggle or wandering. It is a promise of renewal and healing. The phrase paths of righteousness describes the shepherd guiding the sheep on the correct, safe, and just paths. For believers, this means God directs our steps towards a righteous life, not for our own merit, but to uphold the honor and reputation of his character. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. In verse 5 shifts the imagery from a shepherd to a gracious and generous host. A table before my enemies depicts God's providing nourishment, abundance, and favor, even in midst of adversaries. God's blessing is so complete that it renders enemies powerless and insignificant. Anoint my head with oil signifies honor and blessing, a practice in ancient times reserved for guests. It signifies being specially set apart and blessed by God. My cup overflows symbolizes an extravagant and overwhelming abundance of blessings that surpasses what is necessary, emphasizing God's generosity. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all of the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Verse 6 provides a final assurance of God's long-term faithfulness. The Hebrew word for follow can also mean pursue or chase after. This powerful image shows God's relentless and active pursuit of his people with his loving kindness. I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. The psalm concludes with a promise of eternal fellowship with God. It signifies a final, secure abode with the shepherd after a life of being guided and protected. The timeless themes of Psalm 23 can be applied in your daily life to cultivate trust, find peace, and overcome fear. By meditating on these verses, you can find reassurance in God's constant presence and provision, even amid modern challenges. Let's delve into each theme and explore its practical applications in our lives. Number 1, finding contentment in a materialistic world. The theme, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, in verse 1, helps us understand how to acknowledge God as our ultimate provider. We must recognize that true security doesn't come from wealth or possessions, but from our relationship with God. To strengthen our relationship with God, we should practice gratitude on both good and bad days. We should be grateful that our God is sovereign, unchanging, and all-powerful. God has complete control over all creation. So we should never worry about anything in this life. Make a daily habit of thanking God for what we have instead of focusing on what we lack. This shift in perspective from scarcity to abundance helps us prioritize our needs over our wants. Focus on the essential provisions God provides us with, such as food, shelter, and community, rather than consistently being driven by your desires for more. Last but not least, number 2, resting in a chaotic world. The theme of the psalm, as mentioned in verse 2, is about finding rest and peace. It advises us to make time for rest and recognize our limitations. Just as sheep need their shepherd to find rest, we need to rely on God to lead us to inner peace. To achieve this, we can engage in calming practices. For instance, we can practice meditation or breathing exercises based on the psalm. In meditation, we can breathe in, "The Lord is my shepherd," and breathe out, "I lack nothing." Additionally, we can learn to seek stillness in a world of constant noise. By finding moments of stillness, we can connect with God and find our peace in His presence rather than our circumstances. In essence, Psalms 23 serves as a beautiful reminder of the incredible nature of our God. The peace, tranquility, and protection He provides are a testament to His unconditional love for His creation. He desires for all of His children to understand that no matter the challenges we face in life, He remains our unwavering rock and source of strength. He is the ultimate authority. When we know God, we understand that regardless of any circumstances, we must concentrate on His promises for spiritual renewal and strength to endure until the end so we can receive our crown of life. And that concludes today's Bible study. If you enjoy these Bible study breakdowns and would like to see more, simply type amen and/or suggest Bible verses that you think I should break down next in the comment section. Also, please consider following, liking, and sharing this message with others to help spread the gospel. For deep dives on more biblical topics and teachings, please subscribe to my YouTube channel that's linked in my bio. Remember, it is our duty to spread the true gospel of Christ so that we can help Yahuwah save as many souls as we can. God bless and stay safe.